we see the Bobcats getting ready to go. It's the Bobcats in Charlotte as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest live from the Time Warner Cable Arena. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on Shane Battier.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
You know what else I like about him, Steve? He'll do whatever it takes to help that team out. We've seen him take some absolutely gut-wrenching charges that a lot of other guys would simply avoid.
The Heat will play just this one game on the road before returning back home to Miami. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
Well, looking at Miami, they've really caught nobody by surprise this year. I mean, they've got a tremendous track record and the talent to stay on top for a while.
Yeah, and some people wondered if there'd be a drop-off this season just because of those high expectations, but there really hasn't been a drop-off at all.
Haslam can't get it to go. Looking at the last game for the Charlotte Bobcats, it was a win against Cleveland.
Tell you what, the way they shot the ball that game, Kevin, it looked like a shoot-around out there.
It sure did, and all the more impressive because they did it on the road. You're not supposed to be able to get that hot in an opponent's building.
Morris with the ball. Picked up by Battier. Beyond the arc. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And Chalmers kicks to Haslam. Wade fires, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Now they finally connect with their 4th shot of the game.
Left side, Kid Gilchrist, and it's out of bounds for the Bobcats as Charlotte retains possession. Knocked away. It's stolen by Haslam. And there's Battier. That's good on the assist by James. Battier's got his first points of the night.
Well, LeBron James was probably his best season statistically a year ago. I don't think there's any question about it, guys. I mean, certainly it was his most efficient offensive season. I mean, he had career highs of 56% shooting from the floor and 41% from long range. I don't know if we've seen a player of his size put together those kinds of numbers with the types of shots that he takes. I mean, just absolutely stunning what he did in terms of his efficiency last season.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
He kicks it to Chalmers. Battier sets the pick for Chalmers. He feeds it to Wade. And he lobs it up toward the rim. James against Kid Gilchrist. Morris dishes to Henderson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And for LeBron James, this season before last, he really focused on scoring in the post. Steve, using his size and strength.
And we've seen his field goal percentage climb as a result. The low post work, I think the selection, too. He shoots fewer 3-pointers, but a higher percentage. So now, how do you guard the guy? He's got everything in the package.
And finished off by Jefferson.
No tip required when you've got room to make the stuff.
Some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, he wasn't wasting any time. Straight back up and right into the hoop.
Here's Chalmers after Al Jefferson scored. And Chalmers kicks to James. Wade passes to Chalmers. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Chalmers has got his first 3 points of the game. Charlotte trailing. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
I asked him what their focal point would be defensively, and he said that Al Jefferson is at the top of their scouting report. With his smooth, low-post repertoire and mid-range shooting touch, he can put up points in a hurry. He said they'll try to steer him to his left hand as much as possible and just hope for the best. Kevin, we'll see if they can force him into a tough night.
Thanks, Doris. Morris, no good. Miami's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And there it is again from him. Shot good from Chalmers. Chalmers has got 7.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
And here is Chalmers after the three-pointer from Morris. Chalmers off the pick from Battier. Haslam a screen on Kid Gilchrist. LeBron dishes to Wade. Kicks it to Haslam. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Wade. Henderson defending. The shot by Wade no good. For Charlotte, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Shots good by Walker.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
The Heat making a switch here. Anthony's checked in for Haslam. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for James. And it's Allen in for Dwayne Wade.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
And it's out of bounds. The Bobcats will take it the other way. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Kept alive by Charlotte. Here's Haywood. Good work defensively by Anthony.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the board. Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Shots good by Middleton.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
And here are the Heat now. It's a three-point game. And this matchup with the Bobcats, it's their first meeting of the season.
Well, they were unbeaten against this opponent last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
And it's out of bounds to the Bobcats as Charlotte retains possession. There's Walker with the 3, and good on the basket. Hook it. Arthur's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's Charlotte leading by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
NBA season is in full swing. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder next Monday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bobcats.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Bobcats leading by 6.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great teams until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Beasley out there at Lewis. Then there's Joel Anthony. Then it's Norris Cole, and it's Allen in at the 2. They get it back. Anthony makes it off the glass. Anthony's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Heat. Charlotte's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
And the Heat making a change here. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Anthony. Battier comes in for Rashard Lewis. James checked in for Michael Beasley. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Ray Allen. The 10-footer. Haslem can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 6. Inside, out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
And a look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. First in field goal percentage, second in three-point field goal percentage, and they were ranked third in the league in steals. This is a team that does a nice job gambling and covering up for each other. That's why they're able to come up with those steals.
And Clark, the key number that you just talked about to me is field goal percentage. And when you're the best in the league shooting the basketball, it's a clear sign that you have an unselfish team and a clear plan of attack. That club, very impressive with their offensive efficiency.
And there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists here tonight. The Heat trail by 7.
You know, coming into the league, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was the small forward who could give you a little bit of everything. That's exactly what he did in his rookie season with the Bobcats.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And you think of the comparisons for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He reminds a lot of people of Gerald Wallace. What about
I like that comparison, quite honestly. Wallace probably the best pop player in Bobcats franchise history, Kevin, and both terrific athletes with major motives. Guys that you didn't have to rev up. Good defenders and rebounders. I think that's a realistic comparison.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, on draft night, a lot of people thought the Bobcats would go big, and they did just that. The question, however, was who would they take? And the answer ended up surprising many. It was Cody Zeller. They said the reason why they like Zeller was his surprising athleticism, which often goes unnoticed. And if you watch him move out there, he is very athletic, guys.
Yeah, an NBA body from day one. Thank you, Doris. Bobcats leading by 8. The pass to Henderson. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Battier kicks to Haslem. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Haslem's got his first 2 points of the night.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. The Bobcats came out of the gates fast to start the season, won 7 of the first 12. Amazingly, that actually tied their win total from the previous season that had been shortened, and they set a record for a team matching a previous. Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. Number 1, the Heat.
Kevin, no team shot a higher percentage than these guys last year. I mean, that's something they definitely want to build on this season. It'll be hard to improve, But they believe in themselves. They got a lot of confidence after last season as far as shooting the ball goes.
Wade with it. Guarded now by Morris. And he gets it to go. 9 points for LeBron.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
To the inside. Here's Middleton. It's hauled in by the Heat. James outside. LeBron left side. And it's Miami with another.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bobcats.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Jefferson's checked in for the Bobcats. Walker comes in for Kid Gilchrist. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He was going over their game plan defensively against LeBron. With the damage he's been inflicting, Coach said that every man on the floor has got to be aware of where he is at all times, saying, quote, one-on-one defense is not going to get it done against him today. You've got to help each other out. He wants them to also play at a very up-tempo pace, push the ball up the court as quickly as possible. That was his message. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
And Walker kicks to Morris. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. The Heat trail by 13. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. Right wing. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Bobcats will take it the other way. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of the game. The three. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
Anderson makes it off the glass.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Dishes to Henderson. No good off the back of the rim.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
And it's blocked by Morris. Here's Anderson using his post move to get the 2 points. Anderson's got his second basket. Here's Walker. And so we conclude the first half. Bobcats lead by 12. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
Thanks, Doris. And folks, the halftime show is coming up next. And then it's on to the third quarter. We'll step aside right now.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Glad you're spending Saturday night with us. Let's check out what's happened so far. Charlotte up on top against Miami. Facing a challenging opponent, they're just pounding them. Kemba Walker in the first half was amazing. He has 11 points and has kept everyone else involved, piling up the assists. And a tough matchup, but the Heat staying afloat. They've started out well this season, but experiencing a letdown in this one. A sensational first half for LeBron. At the break, 11 points, and is also sharing the ball, picking up assists as well. Let's start by looking at seeing what's on tap in the NBA. Over at Verizon Center, the Wizards will face off against the Cavaliers. That one tips off at 7 p.m. Eastern. And another game that's coming up, it'll be the Hawks against the Knicks in New York. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And now, a look at the other NBA action. It'll be the Magic out at Amway Center against the Mavericks. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock Eastern. And now, back to the game in Charlotte. Thanks so much for joining us.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina. How about this stunning view of the sundown over the city high-rises?
In a big game for Morris, 15 points and 1 rebound. He's knocking down threes as effectively as twos, and that's saying something.
Yeah, because he's been good all over the floor. So valuable to this offense.
Bobcats leading by 12.
Well, you know, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornets, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
Henderson and MKG will fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Al Jefferson, and it's Walker in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Charlotte.
Just the shot they wanted, point-blank range.
And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American Revolution. Steve, you were just telling me about this. Fascinates you.
It does. I'm an American history buff, Kevin, and I'm also an NBA history buff. And you think back to the Hornets in Charlotte originally, they sold out for 9 straight seasons. So the Hornets nickname absolutely belongs in Charlotte.
Morris, no good. The Heat trail by 13. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. And out of bounds as the Bobcats gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
The Bobcats have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And that one's good by Henderson.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Chalmers against Walker. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Back to Chalmers. Ron right side. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
But they'll get another chance. Here's Walker with the 3, and that one's good. Walker's got 14 points.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist total. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, and great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Timeout called, the Heat. We've seen Markieff Morris really having a great game.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
And the Bobcats making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach stressed the importance of starting their possessions by getting him the ball, something that hasn't been happening as often as it typically does. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Battier. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And as he has gained more experience in the league, Wade has taught himself to rely a bit more on his jump shot and a little less on attacking the rim. But still, you see his confidence really lies in his ability to attack the lane.
And it's out of bounds. The Bobcats will take it the other way.
A look here at last year in the NBA, where the Bobcats ranked. 6th in blocks, 8th in lowest turnovers per game. As far as free throw shooting as a team goes, not a strong suit. Top 20 in the league. A little bit of work to be done there.
And what really stands out is the blocks for me, because that's a team that really dominated the paint area. And when they were on top of their game, they were very physical. They fronted the post a lot, forced some difficult shots at the rim. And due to their length and their size, they were able to block a lot of shots down there.
And the Bobcats call time here And Wade, still a player who thrives on getting in the lane, Clark, and for his career, under 30% from long range.
Yeah, you know, his jump shot is more of a mid-range weapon, quite honestly. He loves the bank shot, loves the floaters, and is always looking to get somebody in the air with that pump fake. And usually, more times than not, guys bite and he gets free throws.
He gets to the line, you're right. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. Their fast break offense has been lacking in his opinion, and he let his players know about it. Look for them to really start pushing the basketball. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Walker. James. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his 5th assist in this one. Bobcats leading by 13, and Walker kicks to Henderson. Buries the long-range jumper. Henderson's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Feeds it to Haslam. Stolen by Walker. And it's the Bobcats on the break. Walker's running, and he lays that one in. Walker's got 16 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bobcats.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding to that, Steve, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Wade with it. He's picked up by Walker. Wade passes to Battier. Stolen by Walker. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Rebound by Mario Chalmers. The Heat trail by 18. And out of bounds as the Bobcats gain possession.
A chance to check out some of the stats on Mario Chalmers, how he performed last season. He put up about 8 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Chris Anderson has checked in for Haslam. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. And it's Beasley in for LeBron.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively. They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run.
"19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Kicks it out to Beasley to halt the run, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Beasley's got 5 points so far. Down low, here's Zeller. Misses the chippy right there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. It's Charlotte running away with it. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at the time.
Coming up next Thursday, November 21st, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets. Be there.
In a moment now to check out our State Farm assist to the game, and what a pass it was by a talented point guard.
Well, this is what he does. This is the kind of plays he's known for, Kevin.
Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9 on the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Beasley, Anderson is out there at Lewis. Then it's Allen, and it's Chalmers in at the 1.
Oh, down there. Man,
Here he comes, and there he goes.
look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
And the Heat shooting in offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. Allen for the 3, and that's collected by Antetokounmpo. Charlotte shooting indicative of smooth offensive play, up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. That's good.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Allen dishes to Beasley. Wide open shot is on the money. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Puts it up. That's short off the rim. Now here's Allen. All going up court. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Chris Anderson. Charlotte leading by 23. Fires the 3. And he nails the 3. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from Henderson.
Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Here's James, and another basket for Miami.
Well, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Charlotte's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Elbow shot, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
Battier outside. The Heat rebound. For Charlotte, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Good.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And then Wade slams it in.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Now the dish to Henderson for 3. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Knocks down the 3 ball.
It seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
LeBron drives in, passes it to Haslem. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
You know, when he gets the ball that close to the basket, it's almost an automatic 2 points.
Well, the defense has to battle him down there and keep him out of position in the first place. Do your work early.
What a final quarter they're having from downtown. Just threes raining in from everywhere.
Yeah, work that perimeter. Work it good. And they might as well milk it while they're hot.
He dishes it to Haslem. And Chalmers kicks to Battier. The feed now to Haslem. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 5. Wade drives in. Again, the Heat good for 2.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Kicks it to Henderson. A 3 ball. And he gets it to go. Henderson's got 13 points now in the quarter.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Here's Battier. And he gets it to go.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
And Jefferson sends it back. They get it back. Haslem, that's good.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Inside to Jefferson. Good on the shot.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bobcats.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother. And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum. Look out. Watch out now.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Henderson, no good. Miami's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Chalmers, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
LeBron drives in. That's good.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Charlotte shooting a superb 63% from the field. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Drops in the tray.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Here's Wade. Soft touch off the glass.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Jefferson's shot is off. Puts up a prayer. No good. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now let's go over to Doris Burke on the sideline for an interview with the Jordan Player of the Game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Gerald, we often hear coaches talking about chemistry and focus. What's the key right now mentally for this team and how you guys approach each game?
You know, it's just something, you know, you just got to stick with it. You know, we come here every day ready to work and compete every night. So, you know, it's good that, you know, we're playing well and we want to keep it going.
Congratulations, Gerald. Thank you so much. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Gerald Henderson.